Okay, we're doing the greatest common factor, but this time instead of just numbers, there's actually variables. There's letters this time. So imagine in this first term, 3x squared. If I broke this into factors of what made up the 3x squared, could you envision that it's a 3 times an x times an x? For the 4x cubed, there's a 4 times an x times an x. And for the 12x, do you see the 3 times the 4 times the x? So we're looking to see if there's something in common in all three. There's a 3 in common here and here, but it's not in the middle one, so I can't count the number. So there's actually no number in common in this one. There's just x's. So if there's one x in common in all of them, I say that the x is my greatest common factor. Let's go do the next one. Break down the 10, a squared, b, and then break down the 15, a, b squared. What's in common in these? Do you see that this one has a 5, this one has an a, and this one has a b? So my greatest common factor is 5a, b. Okay, break down the 12, m squared, n squared. And then the 36. And so what's in common? We got a 12, we got an m, we got another m, and we have one n. So 12 m squared n is my common factor, greatest common factor. In the next one, do you see how the 17 goes into the 34? X to the 5th, y to the 6th. So we've got a 17, we got a 17 in common here. We've got 3 x's in common in both, and we got 4 y's in common here. So 17, x to the 3rd, y to the 4th. In the next one, there's a 9, a 28, and a 5. There's no numbers that go into any of those. There's p to the 5th here, and x's and y's and q's. It's possible that you don't have anything in common, or some people would say that the greatest common factor is just 1. And finally, what divides into 24, 18, and 9? Well, if I break it up into these factors like I've been doing, you'd see what's in common, but are you able to just see or divide now without making that big list? So looking at 24, 24 is divisible by 6, by 4, by 8, and 3. Look over here, there's a 6 in there, but a 6 doesn't go into 9. 9 goes into 18, but it doesn't go into 24. So what about just a 3? 3 goes into everything. And then there's x to the 7th, x to the 3rd, and x to the 4th. So there's at least x to the 3rd. Y to the 4th, y. No y's over here. So there's no y's in common at all. And then there's z squared in common. My z looks like a 2. There's our greatest common factor.